The planet of Zorith had never seen a creature like this before. It was huge, taller than any building in the alien city. Its skin was rough and glimmered under the twin suns. Sharp horns curved from its head, and its eyes shone like molten gold. Wherever it moved, the ground shook, and the air seemed to tremble. The aliens called it the Titan Beast, and no one had dared to get close. The city was in chaos. Streets once filled with bustling life were empty now. Shops were abandoned, and the marketplaces lay in ruin. Soldiers and warriors tried to confront the beast, but each attempt ended in failure. Their weapons, powerful as they were, could not scare it. Arrows bounced off its thick skin and energy blasts barely left a mark. The creature did not chase them. It seemed to watch, curious yet indifferent, but the soldiers were too frightened to notice. From a quiet corner of the city, a human janitor named Marcus moved carefully. He was small compared to the towering aliens around him. His uniform was simple, with patches from years of cleaning floors and repairing small machines. He had lived on Zorith for a few months, sent as part of a research crew, but unlike the warriors and scientists, Marcus never cared about fame or strength. He cared about keeping things in order and helping where he could. As the Titan Beast roamed closer to the city, Marcus paused. He saw the aliens hiding behind walls, weapons trembling in their hands. No one dared step forward. The ground shook beneath him, and dust rose into the air with every step of the giant creature. Marcus could feel its power, but he did not feel fear the same way the others did. Instead, he felt a quiet curiosity. He watched as the beast lifted one massive foot and tapped a broken tower. The structure crumbled instantly. A group of warriors screamed and fired their weapons, but the beast only turned its head slightly, watching the flashes of light. It was not angry, not yet, but it was clear that it was far beyond what the aliens could control. Marcus stepped closer, careful to stay out of its line of sight. He remembered something from the human training videos he had watched long ago. Sometimes, calmness and small gestures could work where strength failed. He had a loaf of bread in his bag, left from his last meal. It was nothing special, but he wondered if it might catch the beast's attention. He did not know what would happen, but he felt a strange certainty that fear alone would never solve this problem. The Titan Beast stopped near the city square, sniffing the air. Its huge head swung slowly from side to side, and its golden eyes scanned the area. Aliens froze in place, holding their weapons tight. Marcus quietly knelt behind a pile of rubble. He tore a small piece of bread from his loaf and held it in front of him. His hand shook slightly, but his heart was steady. The creature noticed the movement. Its eyes locked on the small human figure hiding behind the rubble. Marcus stayed very still. He did not shout, he did not wave. He simply offered the bread with a slow, gentle motion. The Titan Beast tilted its massive head. It sniffed the air, its hot breath washing over Marcus in a gentle wind. Then, slowly, it took a step closer. Aliens gasped from a distance. Some dropped their weapons entirely. None of the warriors had ever seen a human move toward the beast without fear. Marcus's heart beat fast, but he did not turn away. The Titan Beast's eyes followed him carefully. It seemed to measure him, sensing that he was not a threat. A few more steps, and the creature lowered its huge head closer to the human. Marcus tore off another small piece of bread and held it out. The beast sniffed it again and, with surprising delicacy for something so huge, took the bread with its teeth. It chewed slowly, and Marcus could see its massive jaws move gently. He smiled slightly, feeling a strange connection forming. From a safe distance, warriors whispered to each other. "It eats from his hand," one said, disbelief in his voice. "How? No one can approach it." Marcus kept offering small pieces. He noticed the beast was not just hungry, it seemed curious. Every small movement he made, every gesture, the creature watched carefully. It was as if it was learning. Marcus understood, in that quiet moment, that brute strength was useless here. The warrior's weapons would never reach the heart of the Titan Beast. Only patience, courage, and a small act of kindness could. The sun was setting, painting the sky in gold and red. The city lay quiet around them, ruins and dust everywhere. Yet in the middle of the square, a small human and a giant alien shared a strange, silent bond. Neither spoke, but the understanding was clear. Marcus knew the first step had been taken. The Titan Beast was terrifying, yes, but it was also willing to see a human not as an enemy but as something different. That night, Marcus walked back to his quarters, bread bag empty but his heart full. The city might still fear the Titan Beast, but he knew that fear was not the only answer. Somewhere, in the ruins of Zorith, a human had touched the life of a creature no warrior could face. And this was only the beginning. The next morning, the city of Zorith was alive with whispers. Everyone had heard about the human who had dared to approach the Titan Beast. The warriors, proud and strong, felt uneasy. They had tried everything, blasters, energy nets, shields, but nothing worked. And now, a small human had done what they could not. The alien council called a meeting in the central tower. The room was filled with leaders and warriors, their faces tense. "This creature is unlike anything we have faced," said General Kvar, his deep voice echoing off the walls. "Our warriors failed. They cannot approach it. If we do not act, our city is at risk." "Then we must send more soldiers," said another alien. "We cannot let a human play with danger. That is reckless." "But the humans survived," Kvar said slowly. "He did not run, he did not scream. He moved closer and fed the beast. That is unusual." Outside the council tower, Marcus continued his quiet routine. He swept the streets and repaired broken doors while the city trembled with fear. He had thought carefully about the Titan beast overnight. He realized that brute force would never work. It was smart, careful, and far stronger than any warrior. But he also noticed small things: how it paused when it saw objects, how it sniffed slowly, how it seemed to respond to calm gestures. Marcus did not want to fight the creature. He wanted to understand it. He carried a small bag of bread, and in his mind he pictured every step he might take. If the beast trusted him, maybe the city could survive. If he failed, though, the result would be disastrous. Meanwhile, the warriors trained harder. They ran drills, sharpened weapons, and ran simulations. They wanted to show courage, but their fear of the unknown made them clumsy. They practiced capturing or pushing the Titan beast, but each attempt ended in failure. They could not even get close enough to touch it. Every plan they made seemed foolish in comparison to the calm human who had walked near the creature. One warrior, young and ambitious, said, "We are strong. We must attack." That human was lucky. He does not understand the danger. Another warrior replied, "Luck will not save him next time. He might feed it once, but the beast will not always be gentle." Marcus overheard these conversations from a distance. He knew they did not understand. Strength alone would not calm the creature. What it needed was patience and respect. Marcus felt a strange determination. He would not be reckless. He would not fight. He would learn and approach carefully. That afternoon, Marcus made his first careful steps toward the Titan beast again. He carried a small basket of bread, each piece broken into tiny crumbs. He wanted to be gentle, careful, and quiet. As he walked, he saw the warriors watching from the edges of the city. They whispered angrily and shook their heads, but Marcus ignored them. He knew fear would only make things worse. The Titan beast moved slowly through the square, sniffing the ground. Marcus stayed calm. He crouched behind a piece of rubble, then slowly extended his hand with a piece of bread. The creature stopped and looked at him. Its golden eyes were bright, curious, and intelligent. It made no sudden moves, only tilted its head as if thinking. Marcus took a deep breath and took another step forward. He placed a few crumbs on the ground. The Titan beast sniffed and bent down slowly. It picked up the bread with its massive jaws. Marcus did not flinch. He stayed calm, careful to show no fear. The warriors in the distance gasped. They could not believe what they were seeing. The creature's ears twitched and it sniffed the air again. Marcus slowly dropped another piece of bread. This time the Titan beast's tail swished lightly. It seemed to relax a little, just enough for Marcus to notice. He realized that the beast was not a mindless monster. It was cautious, thoughtful, and capable of learning. From the council tower, General Kvar watched the scene. He frowned. "That human, he is doing what our warriors cannot. He is approaching with patience, not weapons. Perhaps we have underestimated humanity." Marcus continued, breaking the bread into smaller pieces and leaving them along a safe path. The Titan beast followed, sniffing and picking up the pieces. Slowly, step by step, it moved closer to Marcus. The city watched in silence, unsure whether to cheer or panic. The warriors clenched their fists. They wanted to intervene, but they saw the humans' courage and calmness. As the sun began to set, Marcus realized the challenge had only just begun. He had made the first connection, but he needed more than bread to truly gain the beast's trust. He needed patience, observation, and courage. Brute force would never succeed. He knew he would face ridicule from the warriors, but he also knew something important. Humans had a different kind of strength. A strength that came from understanding, kindness, and cleverness. The Titan beast lowered its massive head, still alert, still cautious. Marcus smiled slightly. He did not know what tomorrow would bring, but he felt a strange hope. The challenge was not only to survive, but to teach others that strength was not only in weapons, it was in the heart. That night, the city of Zorith slept uneasily. Outside, the Titan beast rested near the ruins, watching the sky. Marcus returned to his quarters, bread basket nearly empty, but his mind full of plans. He would continue carefully. He would face the challenge not with fear but with quiet courage. And somewhere deep inside he felt that the bond between human and beast had only just begun. The next morning Marcus woke early. The twin suns of Zorith shone brightly, casting long shadows across the ruined city. The streets were quiet. The warriors had stayed back, still angry and confused by his actions, but Marcus did not care. Today he would try something new. He would move closer to the Titan beast and see if he could learn more about it. He carried a small basket of bread, broken into tiny pieces. Every step he took was careful and deliberate. He did not run, he did not shout, he did not make sudden movements. The city had learned to fear the creature, but Marcus believed fear was useless here. Understanding, patience and kindness were the key. The Titan beast was in the same square as yesterday. Its huge form blocked the sunlight, casting a shadow over the ruins. It sniffed the ground and moved its massive head slowly from side to side. When it saw Marcus, it stopped. Its golden eyes focused on him. Marcus froze, holding a small piece of bread in his hand. For a moment, neither moved. The city seemed to hold its breath. Warriors peeked from behind walls, whispering among themselves. "He is crazy," one said. "The beast will crush him." Another whispered, "No human should do this." Marcus ignored them. He slowly crouched and held out a small piece of bread. The Titan beast tilted its head, studying him. It took a careful step forward. Marcus stayed still, keeping his hand steady. The beast sniffed the bread, then slowly took it with its massive jaws. Marcus felt a small thrill of hope. This was the first time the creature had accepted something directly from a human. He placed another piece of bread on the ground. The Titan beast bent down, sniffed it and ate it gently. Marcus noticed its massive claws were careful not to crush the ground too hard. It was intelligent. It was aware of its size and strength. Marcus realized he had underestimated the creature's curiosity. It was not just dangerous, it was smart. Step by step he moved closer. The Titan beast did not retreat. It watched his movements carefully, mirroring his patience. Marcus left a trail of crumbs, guiding it slowly toward a safe area in the square. The warriors watched, mouths open. They had tried weapons, nets, traps, but nothing worked. And now a human was approaching it without fear, using only small gestures. Marcus spoke softly, though he knew the creature probably could not understand. "It's okay," he said. "I won't hurt you. Here, try this." His voice was calm, steady, and gentle. He held out another piece of bread. The Titan beast sniffed it, then took it slowly. Its hot breath washed over him, but Marcus did not flinch. The creature's tail swished lightly. It was a small movement, but Marcus understood. The Titan beast was relaxing, slowly learning that he meant no harm. He continued leaving small pieces of bread, step by step, creating a connection. He watched its eyes carefully. They were bright, intelligent, and alert. The beast was watching him as closely as he was watching it. From a distance, a group of alien warriors whispered among themselves. "He is teaching it," one said. "The human is showing it something we cannot do." Another shook his head. "This is madness. It is too big, too strong. One wrong move and it will destroy everything." Marcus ignored them. He focused entirely on the Titan beast. He noticed small details, how it sniffed the air, how it touched the ground lightly, how it seemed curious about objects around it. He realized that the creature responded not to weapons, not to strength, but to gestures of trust. He knelt down and placed a handful of crumbs directly on the ground near the creature's massive feet. The Titan beast bent down and sniffed them, then ate them slowly. Marcus smiled. This was progress. He had learned that patience and respect mattered more than anything else. He was beginning to understand the creature. The sun rose higher in the sky, casting warm light on the square. Marcus continued slowly, guiding the Titan beast step by step through the ruins. It followed him cautiously, never leaving his side, never showing aggression. For the first time, the city saw that the beast could be approached without weapons. By late afternoon, Marcus had led the creature to a safer part of the square, away from buildings and walls. The Titan beast lay down slightly, its massive form still alert but calmer. Marcus knelt nearby, offering another piece of bread. The creature took it gently, eyes following him closely. A strange bond had formed. The warriors and council members watched silently. None had expected this. A small human had done what armies could not. No amount of strength or skill could have achieved this. Marcus realized that humans had something different: courage, patience, and kindness. These were qualities that weapons could not replace. As the sun began to set, Marcus finally stood up and watched the Titan beast. Its golden eyes followed him, calm but watchful. He knew this was only the beginning. The first contact had been made and the path forward would be slow and careful. But for the first time he felt hope. The Titan beast was not just a terrifying creature. It could become a friend if humans were willing to try. That evening, Marcus returned to his quarters, empty bread basket in hand but heart full of determination. The challenge ahead was greater than ever, but he understood the most important truth. Strength was not measured by weapons, but by courage, patience, and the willingness to try what others would never dare. The next day, the city of Zorith was buzzing. Word had spread about the human who had approached the Titan beast. Some aliens were amazed. Others were angry and worried. Warriors who had always been proud now felt useless. They had tried everything, blasters, nets and traps, but none of it had worked. Yet the human janitor, small and quiet, had gained the creature's trust with bread and patience. Marcus woke early carrying a fresh batch of crumbs. He had planned carefully. He knew that today would be more challenging. The Titan beast had grown curious, and now its behavior was less predictable. If he made a mistake, it could be dangerous. But he was calm. He understood that his careful approach was the only way to connect with the creature. As he stepped into the square, the Titan beast was already there. Its massive body blocked the morning sun, and its golden eyes followed him immediately. Marcus moved slowly, holding a small piece of bread in his hand. He crouched behind a pile of rubble, letting the creature come closer. From the edges of the city, warriors watched. Some whispered, "He is going too close. He is reckless." Others shook their heads. No one should approach it, not even a human. He is asking for trouble. But Marcus ignored them. He had learned that fear would only make the situation worse. He carefully laid a trail of crumbs on the ground, leading the Titan beast to a safe open area away from buildings. The creature followed, sniffing the bread and moving cautiously. Marcus noticed its tail swishing gently, a sign that it was not feeling threatened. Suddenly, a group of impatient warriors decided to intervene. They marched forward, weapons drawn. "Step back," one shouted. "We will handle this. That human cannot tame it alone." The Titan beast froze. Its golden eyes flicked to the warriors. Marcus held up his hand and stayed calm. "Don't scare it," he whispered. "It's not our enemy." But the warriors did not listen. They shouted and waved their weapons. The Titan beast's massive body tensed. It let out a low rumble, shaking the ground. Dust rose into the air. Aliens scattered, frightened by the sound. Marcus stayed still. He did not move suddenly. He slowly extended his hand with a piece of bread, letting the creature see that he meant no harm. The Titan beast looked at Marcus, then at the warriors. It seemed to make a choice. Slowly, it took the bread from Marcus and chewed it gently. Then it turned away from him, glaring at the warriors. With a mighty roar, it stomped the ground once, sending a shockwave through the square. The warriors froze. They realized the creature would not be intimidated by anger or weapons. Marcus slowly approached it again, placing crumbs along the path. The Titan beast followed him willingly, ignoring the warriors. He could see the surprise and confusion on their faces. A small human, using patience and kindness, had done what armies could not. As the day passed, Marcus continued guiding the Titan beast. He learned more about its behavior. It was intelligent, cautious, and curious. It had its own way of thinking, and it responded only to calmness and gentle gestures. Every time Marcus offered bread, the creature grew a little more trusting. By late afternoon, the Titan beast allowed Marcus to stand closer than ever before. He could feel its hot breath on his face, but he remained calm. He understood that trust was built slowly, step by step. This was not about power, it was about respect and understanding. From a distance, the alien council observed quietly. General Kvar spoke to the other leaders. "This human is doing what we could not. He is not stronger than the Titan beast, but he is smarter. He understands something we have ignored, that courage and patience matter more than weapons." The warriors muttered angrily. "It's just luck," one said. "He cannot control it. One wrong move and it will destroy him." But Kvar shook his head. "It is not luck. It is understanding. The human knows the heart of the creature. That is strength we cannot measure with weapons." As the sun began to set, Marcus knelt beside the Titan beast, offering the last few crumbs. The creature lay down slowly, golden eyes watching him carefully. Marcus smiled. He had taken a dangerous challenge and turned it into an opportunity. The bond between them was growing stronger with each passing moment. The turning point was clear. The Titan beast, terrifying and powerful, had accepted a human as a friend. The city had witnessed something extraordinary. One person using courage, patience, and kindness could achieve what armies could not. Marcus had proven that humans were more than small, weak beings in a universe full of giants. They were capable of wisdom and bravery beyond expectation. That night, Marcus returned to his quarters, exhausted but satisfied. He had faced the challenge and succeeded. The Titan beast rested in the square, calm and alert, aware that the human was no threat. Marcus understood that tomorrow would bring new challenges, but for the first time he felt hope. The creature could be trusted. The city could learn. And the lonely human janitor had shown that strength was not only in weapons, it was in the heart. The next morning the city of Zorth was quiet, but something had changed. The Titan beast no longer roamed angrily through the streets. It stayed near the ruins, watching carefully but without causing destruction. Aliens peeked from behind walls, amazed and nervous. They had seen a human do what no warrior, soldier, or hero had been able to achieve. Marcus woke early carrying his small basket of bread. He had learned much about the Titan beast in the past days. He understood its habits, its movements, and its curious nature. Most importantly, he understood that it was not a mindless monster. It was intelligent, cautious, and capable of forming trust. That trust, he realized, had to be earned gently and patiently. He stepped into the square, the warm sunlight falling on the ruins. The Titan beast was there, massive and golden-eyed, lying on the ground. Its huge head lifted as it saw Marcus approaching. It sniffed the air and tilted its head slightly as if greeting him. Marcus smiled and offered a small piece of bread. The creature took it gently, chewing slowly as if savoring the gesture rather than the food itself. From a distance, the alien warriors and council members watched. Some whispered in amazement, others shook their heads in disbelief. "The human has done the impossible," one warrior said quietly. "He did not fight it. He did not threaten it. He earned its trust." Marcus ignored the whispers. He focused on the Titan beast. Step by step, he placed crumbs along a path, guiding the creature to a safer open area in the city square. The Titan beast followed willingly. It did not roar, it did not stomp aggressively. It was calm, alert, and curious. The bond between them had grown stronger each day. The alien council called a meeting again. Leaders spoke in hushed tones. "We have always relied on strength and weapons," General Kvar said. "But today we have seen a human achieve what we could not. There is a lesson here. Perhaps we have underestimated the power of courage, patience, and understanding." The warriors muttered angrily, unwilling to admit it, but they could not deny what they had seen. A small, quiet human had faced the Titan beast, not with fear, not with violence, but with heart and calmness. It was something new, something extraordinary. Marcus continued his work with the Titan beast throughout the day. He walked slowly beside it, offering crumbs from his basket. The creature's massive head lowered to his level, eyes following his movements. Occasionally, it nudged him gently with its snout, a gesture of trust. Marcus felt a quiet joy he had never known. By evening, the city began to understand the change. Aliens ventured out of hiding, observing quietly. The Titan beast lay peacefully in the square, and Marcus walked beside it, guiding it carefully. No one tried to approach recklessly. No one shouted or fired weapons. For the first time, the city experienced calm in the presence of the creature. The warriors approached cautiously, finally realizing that aggression would only make the situation worse. Marcus stepped forward and held his hand out to them. "Watch," he said simply. "Strength alone cannot tame this creature. Patience, understanding, and calmness can." The warriors lowered their weapons and observed. The Titan beast watched Marcus and the humans carefully, then turned its head to inspect the warriors. It made no sudden move, only blinked its golden eyes slowly. Marcus smiled. The message was clear: trust had been earned and aggression would not be tolerated. Night fell, painting the sky with gold and red. The city was quiet, peaceful for the first time in many days. Marcus sat on a large rock near the Titan beast, sharing the last pieces of bread from his basket. The creature ate slowly, watching him carefully. It was no longer terrifying, only majestic and calm. Marcus knew that the bond he had built was something rare. A human had faced a creature feared by all, not with weapons, not with brute force, but with heart and patience. The city had witnessed the impossible. Humans were small and weak in appearance, but they had courage and wisdom that could change the world. The Titan beast nudged Marcus gently, and he patted its massive snout. For the first time, the creature seemed completely relaxed in the presence of a human. Warriors watched silently, in awe of what had been achieved. They realized that heroism was not always about fighting or proving strength. Sometimes it was about understanding, kindness, and courage in the face of fear. As Marcus stood, the Titan beast rose beside him, towering yet calm. Together, they walked slowly through the city square, the ruins around them bathed in the soft glow of the setting suns. The warriors stepped back and the council watched quietly. The lesson was clear: humanity had a strength unlike any other. From that day on, Marcus became a quiet hero in Zorith. Not for fighting battles but for showing that courage, patience, and kindness could achieve what armies could not. The Titan beast followed him willingly, no longer a terrifying threat but a guardian of the city in its own way. The city of Zorith slept peacefully that night, knowing that a small human had made a difference. And Marcus, the lonely janitor, understood that strength was not measured in weapons or size. It was measured in heart, in courage, and in the willingness to face fear with calmness and kindness. The bond between human and beast had changed everything, proving that even the smallest among them could make the greatest difference.